praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. May Yahweh Shemel Shai's peace be bestowed unto you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And title this something along the lines of Esau, he's stirring the pot. Esau, he's up to something. With that being said, we're not ignorant to his devices, all right, his witchcraft, his sorcery, all the distractions going on, and so on and so forth. All right, so just to speak on a few things that's going on. And just using spiritual discernment, speculating from the spirit, because at this point, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, we can see right through Esau. In fact, it's to the point brothers are calling him out, because like the scriptures say, the devil coming down with a great wrath because he had but a short time. So he's rushing, and typically when you're in a rush, you get sloppy. All right. So with that being said, getting into this, just with the whole militarization starting over there in DC, which now is being said that it's going to spread to more and more states, which eventually all of Babylon, all the promises of Babylon will become America will go under martial law at some point, eventually. All right. But we see the gradualization, all right, the gradualism, the building up. I touched on this the other week, going into this whole redistricting fiasco out there in Texas, how they're trying to basically make Texas a more Republican state, a more red state, which, of course, people aren't happy with that. I think they did, in fact, vote to move forward with that process. And something that comes to mind dealing with that situation, because Texas has been for years has been this for years, man. Texas has been basically that image going into basically the reason, because there's many narratives out here, all right. And again, Texas has been one of those narratives for years, as far as why they would have to justify martial law. So it's interesting to see how that's going to continue to play out. All right. Something that I was looking into, just watching, again, with the whole militarization of the National Guard and things of that nature. Typically, and this is why, again, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We have to pay attention. And as watchmen, staying on our watch, blowing the trumpet. Because typically, knowing how Esau operates, he sets the military in place. And we've seen this throughout time, all right? Different of these Black Swan events, such as 9/11, and so on and so forth, where you had the military, National Guard or whatever, conducting drills, not so coincidentally, right? And just how I see it, how I'm looking at it, because again, the mobilization of the troops being deployed throughout the provinces of Babylon, aka America. Again, just spiritually speculating. Esau, he set the stage for something to take place. That way, whenever that Black Swan event, whatever it is, whenever it pops off, you know, they will already have the military in place. Right now, again, there's always narratives. I always talk about Esau and his narratives. So one of the narratives right now is these different plagues that are from the animals, right? They're talking about certain of these animals, rabbits, deer, things of that nature, developing these abnormalities, all right, these different plagues and pestilences, right? They report on a few cases of this new mysterious disease here in one state. 6 people have died over here, you know. So I mean, that's just one of many narratives, right? Not only that, so again, going back into this whole, again, that's why I titled this the way that I titled it. He's stirring the pot, because like I mentioned with the whole redistricting thing in Texas, like I said, just looking into, just doing some research, watching different videos and whatnot about how, you know, Esau trying to stir the pot for this civil unrest, because as it's prophesied in the scriptures. Go to this in Isaiah 19. Because whether people want to believe it or not, there will be another civil war here in America. And to those that have eyes to see, again, we see the groundwork being laid. That's why, again, staying on our watch, and just to the best of our ability through the Spirit, putting everything into place, just connecting the dots, narrowing things down. Isaiah 19. That's why I've touched on the whole redistricting thing in Texas. You know, because of course it could be something, it could be nothing. But it's better to know about it than to not know about it. All right, because I was going to mention how what comes to mind dealing with that whole redistricting thing in Texas. There's always some narrative dealing with Texas. There's always some narrative. Like I said, Texas over the years has always been that face. It's always been the scapegoat, so to say. You know, that movie that Bushwick comes to mind. Basically, martial law broke out, all hell broke loose, and martial law was declared because of Texas succeeding from Babylon. You see, so Texas has always been that face. All right. One of the narratives that Esau pushes for something, you know. Again, we're just sitting back, we're just waiting because Lord willing. And this is what's cool about it. This is why 2/3 so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Indians, they gotta die, because even with this whole, and this is just a test run out there in DC, the National Guard being out there in DC, right? And the narrative right now is the crime has been going down, right? So with that being said, we had to mobilize these troops throughout America, right? Because you got boneheaded Negroes out there in DC. They're basically praising Trump, like, man, you know, the crime is going down. This is such a good thing. This is such a good idea. You got Jake specifically praising Trump. Which goes to show you, Jake is going to get caught out there like a thief in the night. Jake is going to get caught out there with their pants down. All right, because 2/3, man, they just have no idea what's going on. They have no idea. All right. But Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And America is modern day Egypt, spiritual Egypt. All right. Esau, he's the modern day Pharaoh. All right. So it says that they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And we're seeing this from within down to the different states. All right, hell, you even got it to where certain counties are against one another within the states. You got certain counties that are against one another. So Babylon, It's crumbling from within more and more. And again, Esau, he's the one that's stirring that pot. He's the one stirring the pot. All right, because it's being said right now. It's being reported. Allegedly, Esau. More specifically, these Democrats. All right. Yeah, they're talking about a possible coup, right? To overthrow Trump, to get at Trump. So I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, man. It's just a matter of time. I always say it's a matter of a not so major event away, because I'm gonna go to this Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12 and start at 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. We're not seeing that. Specifically, women losing jobs, right? It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. That day's going to come, right? Like I mentioned with Jake over there praising, they're happy at the fact of the mobilization of these troops, right? Jake just has no idea what's going on. Jake has no idea what's getting ready to come. Until calamity hits you at your doorstep. All right, that's why, like I said in Ecclesiastes 2, the first verse, and seek Yahweh Shemashah while he may be found. Because Yahweh Shemashah is getting ready to meet everyone to their face. And Lord willing, we are the number, the hope of the elect. We're gonna be the only ones to be able to stand bold before Yahweh Shemashah. And that's in, of course, all humility. And it's a thing of confidence, because hey, that's why I say better them than me. All right, better these people than me, and you hopefully like brothers and sisters, man. Because hey, man, fuck these people, man. Fuck this place. All right, the hell with all this shit. The Wadi Yahweh Shemashah for giving us a spirit to join the bandwagon, get on the bandwagon now while we can. Because something's got to give. All right, something's got to give. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go back to this. Jeremiah, Ecclesiastes 12. Something's got to give, man. Because goddamn, this shit's getting too much. But that's not to be in that "woe is me" spirit. Because hey, one thing that I say, hey, we talked our talk, right? We talked the talk going into the prophecies. Hey, I'm telling you, America is gonna go under martial law. It's gonna get hard. All right, it's only gonna get tougher. As the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. So we talk the talk, but we have to walk that walk. We have to live through it. We have to go through it as well. You see, because there is no rapture, contrary to popular belief, more specifically Christian belief. There's no rapture, all right? So we're gonna have to live through this. And boy, we can't wait. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. I can't wait. Not waking up to these bullshit alarm clocks for these bullshit jobs, barely making ends meet. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Like the scripture say, the night is far spent. All right. The earth needs to be refreshed. It's time for something new. That's why I say, man, something's got to give, man, because it's the same old SpaghettiOs, man. The same old SpaghettiOs, man. Inside joke. So the earth is in dire need of refreshing. The earth needs to be renewed, man. It's just the same old shit, man. All right. night is far spent. The day's at hand, you see. So, hey, something's got to give out here, man. Same old shit, same old, nothing's original anymore. This is just the same old recycled bullshit. It's just the same old shit. I'm tired of this shit. You know, Jake is ready. We're ready to live. We're ready we're ready to live. God damn it. That's one question I always pose to Jake. Is like, aren't you ready to live? Don't you want to live? It's like, goddamn, it's the same old shit. Same old shit. I'm tired of this shit. It says, verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is nigh, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish. Like I said, we're going to have to live through it, right? The almond tree flourish, you can go into. Like I said, man, these prophecies coming to pass, finally coming to pass and playing out, man. These prophecies, right? Because like I said, we talk the talk, but the time's going to come when Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not going to be giving out the warnings anymore. We're all going to have to live through it. We're all going to have to live through it. You know, the only difference is, like it says in 2 Ezra 9, Lord willing, we're going to be preserved. All right? Because dealing with these troops, man, you know, eventually at some point, there's going to have to be a foreign entity coming in because the, you know, America's military, man, they're only going to go but so far. Mind you, these America's military, with America's military, these people, this is this is, you know, the mothers, fathers, cousins, friends, brothers, sisters, and so on and so forth. So they're only going to go but so far. Eventually, they're going to have to bring a foreign entity in. All right, and that's why I want to go to that Jeremiah. But reading on, because like I said, Jake, man, they're over there praising Trump. You know, oh, this is such a good idea as far as some troops in D.C. Crime's been going down and so on and so forth. Well, all right, you know, just wait. Verse 5 again. And also when they shall be afraid of that which is nigh, which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. So the point being, it mentioned that grasshopper being a burden. All right, because like I say, America is one not so major event away. Because America's weak. America's fragile as it is. So again, one not so major event away. All right, it doesn't have to be some major event. That's why I said the grasshopper being a burden. A grasshopper is something that's so insignificant, so small. But how's the grasshopper a thing of a burden? Well, again, it goes to show you how America's weak. It doesn't have to take a major event to really, you know, that straw to finally break the camel's back. It doesn't have to be some big, extravagant thing. And that's why, again, it's important for us to stay on top of our watch. All right, stay on top of our watch, man, because he's cooking, he's stirring a pot. All right. Revelation 6. So just be mindful of all these things. All right, as I've been talking about the modern day sieging. All right, as the scripture said, going back into the time of the siege of Jerusalem. All right, you see the armies. Hey, armies compass about Jerusalem. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, just know that the desolation is nigh. And again, it being applied to that time of the siege of Jerusalem, but it could be applied to this time that we're in now, because it's a modern day sieging. All right, we're seeing the armies encamping about us. You see, Jake, man, they're worried about the wrong things, man. It's a scary thing to be on the wrong side of judgment. That's why I say better them than me, man. Lord willing, and to hopefully like brothers and sisters, man, because to help these people. Revelation 6. Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red. Power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, and as it says in Ezekiel, that sword is being sharpened. All right, Esau is getting ready to come down with that great wrath. Second Esdras 15 and 16 is getting ready to come to pass. Sedition among men, because a part of the, like I said, the whole Esau starting to plot behind the scenes. And again, it's all orchestrated. It's an orchestrated chaos. Make no mistake about it. But they're talking about basically setting the stage for a civil war, civil unrest. The move that Trump is making, like I've been mentioning this whole redistricting, Texas. All right, you know, the Democrats, man, they won't be too pleased with that. They're talking about making moves, the red against the blue, or the blue against the red. They're talking about coming after Republicans, governors, coming after their houses, right? That's why I said, it's being said right now, you know, one of the narratives being pushed is for a possible coup, you know, to overthrow Trump, coming after these Republican senators, governors, and things, you know, things of that nature. So, as I quoted, the sword is being sharpened. You know, Esau, he's stirring the pot. All right, it said power was given unto him, and what was it going to? The red Hebrew Edomites. All right, because Esau, he's a Hebrew. All right, so you know, this red horse is going to the red Hebrew Edomites. And it said, like I said, it said power was given unto him that sat on the horse to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. You see, so this is what Esau is stirring. He needs the chaos to bring in the order. He needs the chaos, and this is what we're seeing more and more. If you're paying attention, you're seeing it more and more. All right, the whole militarization, the mobilization of these troops. All right, and it's gonna get worse. All right, as you know, our beloved apostles have been saying for years, man. Hey, I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, talking about here in America. All right, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. So you see, man. All right, it's gonna be different pestilences out here, plagues. Right. What we see right now in Gaza, that's an orchestrated famine. You know, it's being allegedly, you know, because you know we can't speak about the small hats, but allegedly, with that man-made famine over there in Gaza, man, they're it's a man-made famine, and they're freaking airdropping food from the sky, man, just to basically lure those heathens and you know, gunning them down. You know, that's coming to America. All right, that's coming to America from what we've been seeing over the years, man. The buying up of these different farmlands. All right, you know, these farmers going out of business, being sold, they're being forced to sell their lands and things of that nature, sell their farms and things of that nature. Right, Esau trying to, well, he's not trying to, he is gathering up all the farmland and forcing everyone into the inner cities, so that way it'd be easier to control, trace, track everyone. All right, you see, buying up these farmlands, man. All right, you know, so I mean, it's all orchestrated chaos. All right, it's all orchestrated chaos. One thing's going to lead to another, man, and before we know it, like I said, 2 Esdras 15 and 16, sedition among men, invading of one another, neighbor against neighbor. All right, there will be civil unrest in America. All right, and you jakes are about to get caught out there like a deer in the headlights. That's why I'm gonna get this. So just be aware, man. Be mindful. Jeremiah 18:21. Therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let the men be put to death. Let the young men be slain by the sword in battle. So, like I said, man, like I said, a lot of you jakes, man, you're gonna get caught out there. All right, women are about to become a spoil. For those of you that have a man, right, dealing with a man, hey, if he's not an elect man of Yahweh Shem Shai, he's gonna be deleted out here in the wars. He's gonna be sent out there to World War III, which that's going to be a one-way ticket for you Israelites that are in the military. It would be advised strongly to you better take that dishonorable discharge or whatever. You better get out now, because that's a one-way ticket. You ain't coming back home. All right. Verse 22: Let a cry be heard from their houses, when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them, for they have digged a pit to take me in, hid snares for my feet. So, like I read in Ecclesiastes 12. All right, looking at the windows when it be darkened. Right. Hey, the day's coming and we're seeing it. We're seeing it now. More and more. You jakes right now, you're giving praises and credit to Trump. You know, Trump's making our streets safe. This was such a good idea, right? But hey, when that day comes, man, and the troops, man, they get that green light, we mowing you jakes down. There ain't gonna be no thing of shoot first, asking questions later. Ain't gonna be no asking questions. All right, the scriptures say, rough and papers and the wicked, man, they do mischief as a sport. You see, and like it says in Isaiah 10, the anger, rough and paraphrasing, the anger of the Assyrian. Let me grab it, because ultimately what we're going to see is the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai ultimately, because those troops, man, when they get those unethical orders, man, when they do those unspeakable things, man, ultimately it's going to be Yahweh Shem Shai, his wrath, his indignation. Isaiah 10:5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. So when that day comes, you people are going to be crying out to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Hey, it's going to be Yahweh Shem Shai. He's going to be the one, ultimately through his spirit, man, he's going to be the one that's going to be putting the pain on you, jakes, Israelites. It says, verse 6, I will send him against an hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets? So you see, who's that hypocritical nation? Jake, man. All right, Jake. Jake, man. That's why I keep saying, man, better than me, Lord willing. Because the hell with Jake, man. I'm so sick of these people. I'm so sick of Jake. I'm so sick of these heathens. I'm so sick of Esau. I'm sick of all these people. I'm tired of these people. And I can't wait, man. That's why, Lord willing, I just be found in the Lord's good grace, because, man, I'm tired, man. I don't want no more smoke. Whatever I did, hey, it's our prayer every day. Whatever I did, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai, he didn't give us what we deserve, because goddamn. That's why, hey, Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Because I don't want no more smoke, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. You know, but for these people, you want to continue to walk contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? You want to continue to walk contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai? All right, man. Hey, again, better y'all than me, man. All right, but yeah, man, just paying attention, man. You know, he's making moves, he's stirring the pot, and he needs that chaos. So there's a lot of different factors in the play. There's a lot of narratives out there right now. So, you know, again, we're not ignorant of his devices. Second, misquoted. 2 Corinthians. Philippians 2 and 11, that Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. So, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we know what's going on. All right. Lord, one of that day's not going to catch us like a thief in the night. So, Lord, one of this is edifying. All praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah. Shalom to you, both of you elect.